I'm being joined now on the program by the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Bama Farms, Wale Oyekoya. He's also the Chairman, Agric and Non-Oil Export Group of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Our conversation is going to be on agriculture development and the role of states in all of this process. Good morning, Wale, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, how are you?
And thank you. Now, there's been so much talk about the agricultural transformation agenda, and most of this talk we've been hearing on the federal level. What's your assessment of the role of states in promoting agriculture?
Well, the agricultural transformation agenda has been a very good thing that we farmers have been looking forward. But the states have taken it further. And I could say they have been faring very, very well.
Okay.
Based on my experience traveling all over the north, the southwest, northeast, they have really performed well by improving and increasing the budget to agriculture.
And when you say increasing the budget, for like in terms of on a percentage level?
On the percentage level,
how much?
I think I could say going to about 5%, which is still very low.
Yes.
But at least it's a way forward. And they have used most of this budget to increase in the seed given to farmers. Most farmers have been having access to the fertilizers unlike the olden days that they just stack it. That's not being given to the farmers. And I have so many states that I've just traveled to. Take, for example, in the southwest. Lagos State, where I belong, have been doing wonderful. Not only giving lands to farmers, they went to other states because land is very scarce in Lagos State. They went to as far as Osun State, Oyo State, Ogun State to get more lands to their own farmers. The same thing with Ogun State. It's like a partnership that they are having. The same thing in the northeast, in the north, like Kano, Sokoto, Jigawa, Bauchi. They have really improved a whole lot compared to the before. And we can say it, but as I said, we still need more to be done. So
now you've mentioned the fact that land allocation seems to be something that they've really worked on.
Yes.
Now, when they give this land, when they allocate this land,
yes,
do they give it as in to the corporations or they give it to individuals, you know, to work on, and do they assist in clearing these farms? Because you see, most of the land that they give,
yes,
it's very huge, yes, and they're usually in places where they haven't there hasn't been any construction or
yes,
cultivation or anything, you know, of any sort. So you have a lot of weed and the rest of it. So do they really help in clearing this land?
The farmland is given to cooperatives and to some individuals. I could say I'm an individual and I'm a beneficiary to it, because if you remember one time, I said our farm was taken over from Afero in Ekpe, but because of the airport coming to our place, they took it over, but they were able to relocate us to another place, though we are still in the process. And we have been shown the land, and they're promising to clear the place, but the government doesn't really clear the place. That's another thing that we are addressing. And as I said, to me, it's a new thing to the states that let us take agric as a business, not as a recreation.
So you mean to say, you know, because the federal government has taken agric as a business,
yes,
so the states are not following that path?
They are following it in the sense that they are still underfunded. If you remember, most of the state governors, they are complaining that most of the budget for the state are being changed, they are being reduced. So this one is somehow giving them a change. But believe me honestly, they are really trying to, maybe through where they improve their own IGP, they are trying to put more funds into the agriculture. But until every farmers are able to go into the banks and get access to the loan to improve their farm, I don't think they are still doing much, because right now the interest rate to the agriculture, to the farm, is still double digits in about 26%.
So if getting credits seems to be an issue,
yes,
can the state probably go to the capital market or float a bond, you know, in agriculture to help boost the sector?
Yeah, Lagos State is trying to do that, and other states. If you look at for about 3 or 4 days in Ekiti State, they were taking about $500 million bond in order to improve the agriculture in Ekiti State. I give it to the governors there, where the president was represented, and other states too in the north. They are really trying, especially for the rice and cassava plantations. But you know, because we don't have much land in Lagos State, so we are being cautious. You understand? So that is why they are going outside the state, because of the limited source of lands, so that most Lagos farmers can do with cassava or large plantation, because when you plant a cassava or something like maize or something like cotton, you need a large expanse of land. But what the Lagos State and other states are still doing, to me, is still cosmetics. Let me put it that way, because we still have a lot more to do. Because the farmland I'm talking about, not that you just go to the Lagos State and say you want a land, or not that you go to Sokoto State that you want a farmland. There are still some bureaucracies. The governors, the commissioner, they wanted to do more, but they have to give orientation to the civil servant that, listen, let's take agriculture as a bedrock of a nation, as a business, and there's no time to be wasted when it comes to agriculture. It's not a quick fix sector, like what they think that agriculture, what is in agriculture. Let us take agriculture to the next level, to be mechanized. That way we can encourage the youth to come into farming, because no youth will like to go into the sun and say he wanted to go into farming. But we need to do more, and to me, I think the state have to partner more with the private sectors.
Okay.
They have enough in their hands in terms of infrastructures.
But